Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon. Yeah, merci. I know merci is thank you. I don't understand French. Do you speak English? Okay. It would be good if you can communicate in English, please. Okay, but you're trying. At least I can hear what you just said. I'll look for interpreter. I'll get an interpreter. I'm good, and you? Yeah, thanks for keeping to your hand of a bargain. I said thanks for keeping to your hand of a bargain. Wow. Okay. One. Okay, that's good. Thanks for calling. Hope you're good. The resourceful teacher. Well, yeah, my name is Isuna Akodi. Yes, I teach. Yes, yes. For school in particular. So I take other classes, but I work more with preschool. 0 to 6. Yeah. I yeah, yes, but this is I consult mostly. I work with different schools. Yes. I used to be, yes, I pulled out early part of the year. I used to be a classroom teacher, but now I because I've been doing consulting before. So I decided to major in it and do some other things. Do online trainings. Mm. You said what? I don't understand that. Okay, says who? Amen. Let me say amen to that first. Let me say amen to that first. So that money can really come in. So don't let me kick it out. Okay. Hmm. I I had that prayer too, so maybe that's why you got it. I also prayed that prayer too. So now that I've met you, thanks be to God. Mm. Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. This is okay because of work or family. Okay. Hmm. Serve very well, no problem. God is your strength. God is our strength. Abulega. No, I didn't. What happened that day? Yes, okay. I had a minor accident. It rained. I wanted to call because I had others there too. But somebody just came up. I couldn't meet up, so I had to get back home. My bike slipped, so I fell. I got messed up. I just couldn't meet up. A little bit of sprain, but I'm better now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's so nice to hear from you. Itunu, Itunu. Yeah. Mm. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. I noticed that. Thank God I even checked. I would have been wondering who this person was because I checked when I saw that pairing and I had the mind to actually call, but I got busy. Then it rained today. I just got back from church not quite long, and I'm preparing for an online training. Yes, I have an online training. In fact, 5 o'clock. I'm waiting for my people to get on board so that I can start. So yes, I'm teaching exactly. So yeah, if you want to teach your kids to read, I'll send you the link if you want to join. No, not yet. I just do trainings. Mm, Montessori, EYFS. Thank you. Mm, no problem. Yeah. No. Can we chat later? Yes, I have people coming in. Let's talk later, please. I'm so sorry for. Yes, thank you very much. I'll give you a call once I'm done. Is that okay by you? Okay. Thank you. You're sounding like BFF somehow. Hello. 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 Let's wait for others. Can you hear me? Yeah, good afternoon, good evening. How you all doing? Can you hear me? I need to get feedback from you. Send something to the group chat. Let me see. Hello. Please sign in once you're live. Okay, thank you, Juliet. Mrs. Juliet, thank you. While we wait for others, I'm trying to get others in. Let me keep sending messages into the group. Yeah, loud and clear. Thank you. Let's get more people into that we can start. So that we can start. Welcome on board and thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. We would have had this training last week, but I had an issue with my laptop that didn't allow it to happen. And here I am today. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm trying to get others in. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining. Let's keep connecting. Yeah, thank you for joining. I can see you all. I just want to give us a few minutes, let others join in so that we can start. Mrs. Funke Baker, you're welcome on board. Zuwaira, sorry if I don't get your name right. I'm so sorry about that. Sarah, Ugunan, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I hope you can hear me. Just say something in the message. Let me know that you're here with me so that we can start. In another few minutes, we'll start. Welcome to teaching your child to read. How to teach your child to read. Thank you for being an intentional parent. Thank you for being an intentional parent. Welcome on board. Some people are still saying they can't join in. I'm trying to attend to people. Welcome on board. Yeah, I'm trying to share my screen so that we can see each other. Yeah, can you see the slide I just shared? If you can, please let me know so that I know what to do. If you can't see it, we're waiting for others. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Okay. So we are on. We are on. We are on. We are on the reading webinar. Yeah, and I'm your host. My name is Itunu Akonde. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. I would advise we take our seats, get a pen, get a book, not a jotter, just get something you can write on because I'll be sharing a whole lot. And that's what's going to help you today to enable your child to read better. Get a pen, get a book, get a pen, get a book. Once it's 15 minutes after 5, we'll start. Once it's 15 minutes after 5, we'll start. Once 15 minutes after 5, we are going to start. We are starting once it's 5:15. I'm notifying others. We start once it's 5:15. I've notified others. So today I'll be sharing with you 3 steps that will transform your child's reading abilities and confidence within a short time. I don't know if you were in the group that we were with the mini training. For those that signed up earlier, I shared on some things that can help you to enable your child read better and easily without any form of hassle or the holder. If you agree with me, when we are working with children, for example, when a child is walking, when a child wants to start walking, the child does not start in a day. It takes a process. The child will take some steps before actually start walking properly. That is what is also happening to reading. For you to get the best out of reading with a child, there are basic steps we need to follow. And those are the things I'll be sharing with you today. Then for those having older children, you're going to start from all these bases also, then we move with time. It is always the first process. First, we go through the basic processes, then we now move into the higher one. We go from the simple to complex. When you start from the complex, the child might struggle. Then for a child to have any reading difficulty, something must happen at a point in time. And that's what we all need to figure out. For those of us that have access to the child, we all need to figure this out so that we can know what the problem really is. Once you know what the problem is, we can now move on. So I'm waiting for others. Okay, it's 5:15. Let's start. Let us start. Okay. Like I shared earlier on, my name is Ituna Akode. I'm a reading specialist and an early years teacher. I work majorly with children in preschool, and I have majored in teaching children how to read, especially working with children that have difficulties with reading, with spellings, and I also tutor those that wants to travel out of the country on IELTS exam. And if you know what IELTS is all about, it's all about teaching children, teaching people on English, listening skills, reading skills, and so on and so forth. So the reading aspect is what I do majorly. I major when it comes to it. And for my years of experience, at least, I have been a tutor for over 10 years. If you check my page, I'm according to know on Facebook. If you check my Facebook, you see a lot of things. My social media handles in particular, you see all the things that I share and I post. It has to do with reading, it has to do with spellings. So you're in the right place. So let's start our training proper. Others will join us. So welcome on board. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. So, like I said earlier, I'll be sharing with you 3-step formula that will transform your child's reading abilities and confidence within a short period of time. So, are we ready? If you're ready, I want you to send me something. Send me a message. Let me know that we are ready while we are on countdown. Send a message while we are on countdown. Send me a message while we're on countdown. Send me a message. Let me know we are ready. Just say ready. If you're ready, just type ready in the comment. Yes, ready. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ready? Good. Ready? Yes. Okay. Yes, I need to have feedback so that I know you'll see me and you can hear me clearly and we are working together. I really need to have that. Yes, let's keep going. So let's be on, I'm on countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes, countdown 1. So let's see. Let's consider this scenario. As a parent having a child, what will you do to have your child read effectively and better? It is every parent's joy to see his or her child reading very well. So, what if you could hear your child read out loud with such fluency and expression that they captivate everyone around them? Have had situations whereby a child can't read, and I know it's not always an easy feeling. It's not always an easy feeling. I have had issues where we have children in school. They get tongue-tied, they get shy, there is low self-esteem when the child can't read. Our children are very funny. Once you make a mistake, they tend to laugh. So somebody that is always being laughed at will be having low self-esteem. So I know all these things you would have faced it with your child one way or the other, or you would have seen a child going through it, or as an adult you've gone through something like this while growing up, or you've seen something like this while growing up. It is not always the best, it is not always easy. So that's why I feel when children go through this, that's why I feel for those kind of parents that have children that can't read. So Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that network glitch. Okay, like I was sharing, I said it's not always easy when you have a child that is struggling with reading. It's not always easy. Let me share back my slide. Okay, so like I said, what if you have a child that could read out loud with such fluency and expression, and the child can actually captivate everybody around them? Another scenario, what if your child starts taking their books and reading fluently without you monitoring them every time, and your child's teacher praise their reading skills? I know this is everybody's wish. This is what we feel we should do. This is what we want our child to really do. It's everybody's wish, and that's why we are here. So let's keep going while I work more on this. So how would that make you feel? I believe you will feel happy, fulfilled, and proud. Isn't it? Is that not what you're going to feel? Having your child being able to do this. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, what I'm going to share with you today, it's not just a one-time thing. I have strategies that I have actually used with different learners. I have used these strategies with different parents, and it's not a one-time thing. It's a continuous thing. And once I do this formula, after a period of time, the child knows what to do, because I mean it has to do with blending, with rhyming, which I'm going to show us in the process. And for those of us that were online when we did that previous class, I shared some of all these things, and I actually got feedback. Some people shared with me what they've been doing with their child. Then there are some teachers that signed in. They showed me some of the things they've done, and I've been able to put them through. So I would advise that whatever we do today too, let's take time to practice. We'll see more of this when it comes to working with the children. So I have shared this formula with mom, whose child could barely read. In fact, the child was lagging behind. And with this step, the child was able to read within 3 months. Within 3 months. So I tell you, this is a strategy that works. But you need to put in the work. It's very important. So some of you might have had previous reading programs, and you've not seen your desired results in your child's reading. I intentionally put this in my slide because people are quick to judge and quick to say that I signed up for that program, I didn't get value, my child is still not able to read, this and this is still happening. I can tell you, reading is not magic. Reading is not magic. It has to do with step-by-step procedure. So if a child is able to understand the sounds, I prefer to work with sounds when it comes to children, because sounds enables them to hear whatever they are saying, whatever they are pronouncing, instead of using the normal A, B, C to Z that we are used to. For example, now when you say A for apple, you're saying and you are mentioning A as the initial sound. Initial sound means the first sound that you are hearing. So when you say A, apple, you can see that it's not connecting. But when you say apple, that's the sound now. The child can hear and actually find a correlation between what he or she is listening to. For example, when you say C as in cup, you're saying C as in cup, C for cup. C is sounding something else, while cup is having another initial sound. But when you say k as in cup, cup, the child is listening to this. There is a connection. We are going somewhere. Please follow me. So all these are things we desire to see in the child, and let's keep seeing it. Now, there are proven methods that I'm going to share. Proven methods. Let me just move on. Proven methods. Okay. Now, these results that we are expecting to see, I initially wrote it in red. We have read clear. Read is an acronym for strategies that we are going to use. Read as an acronym is an acronym, I mean, READ. They all have each meaning, clear to us its meaning. And that's what we are going to check out today. So let's go to the main slide. Now, when we talk about how, I mentioned read, right? Read starts for reading fundamentals. Now, when we look at reading fundamentals, what does it mean? How is for reading fundamentals. How for reading, that means those are the basic steps we need to know before a child starts to read. This basic thing we need to teach them before a child starts to read. So let's go to that slide. Now, reading fundamentals serves as building blocks for fluent and expressive reading. So let's go to the major step. Step 1, phonics mastery. Step 2, sight word recognition. Step 3, fluency and practice. Step 1, phonics mastery. Step 2, sight word recognition. Step 3, fluency practice. Those are the reading fundamentals for every child struggling with reading and spelling. We need to go through this. It is very, very important. Have we jot that down? Do we have that on ground? If we do, just say I, say yes, so that I can continue. Phonics mastery. Number 2, sight word recognition. Number 3, fluency practice. It's very important. Are we good to go? I need your feedback. Send me a message. Now, when we talk about phonics mastery, what does it mean? Phonics mastery means the ability of a child to be able to master phonics. And when we talk about phonics, it has to do with sounds. That's what I just mentioned. Phonics is not about the ABC. ABC is the alphabet name. Phonics has to do with sounds. So the relationship between the sounds and the letters. Now, when we hear something like cat, 3 major sounds make up the word cat. We have k, which is our C. We have a. Okay, I'm back again. So we're talking about phonics mastery. So I said phonics has to do with the sound, ability of a child to connect sounds together, form a word. For example, now when we have the word cat has 3 sounds in it. We have k, we have a, we have s. For example, now let me get a flashcard. Okay, I'll get it back before we end of the class. So the child should be able to understand that, okay, each word that I see are made up of sounds. And the moment I'm able to break down all these sounds and pronounce them, it will give me a word. So when we talk about phonics, we are talking about the relationship between sounds and letters to form a word. Now we teach reading, we teach writing using this phonics. So when I ask the child to write cat, k, a, cat, the child already knows that, okay, my k is C, my a is A, and my t is T. Now, for those of us that are not familiar with our sounds, there is a video on the YouTube. We share the link. Please remind me in the group so that we can go and watch these YouTube videos. And for those of us that have watched, you will see that I intentionally put A to Z, the sounds, on the YouTube channel so that we can have a way to go back to the video and master what we do. So for phonics why do we do phonics? Like I mentioned, it is the foundation that helps the child to understand what reading and spelling is all about. Like I said, it's not always easy when you merge the alphabet names A, B, C, D to words. No, because what they are listening to is not the same. Then it gives them like a form of strong connection from learning, and it makes reading more efficient. That's what we do phonics. And if you look at most of the preschool textbooks that you have, most of the preschool videos that you watch on YouTube or any other preschool channel, you see that they do more with sounds. They deal more with sounds, because if a child is able to understand what the sound is all about, the child can actually read. For example, there is a particular framework that we use in early years, the Jolly Phonics. Now, Jolly Phonics has a specialized way of arranging the alphabet, and if a child can do a particular level, the child can actually do sets of reading, 2-letter sound, 3-letter sounds, and all that. So it's very important for us to teach children phonics. We do more phonics, and when they are able to know these phonics, they can master blending. So that when the child, for example, we've done cat, if we have bat, we have b, we have a, we have t. So we need to go back to the basis of knowing the sounds of the alphabet. So we have a, b, k, d, e, g, h, j, l, k, l, m, n, o, k, r, s, o, s, z. Those are the 26 sounds that we have, as in our R to Z, A to Z. So it's very important. Now, when we do this now, once the child knows the R to Z, we can now work on blending. We can bring 2-letter sounds. As, am, an, at. Now, when you have any struggling child around you, these are the basic steps you look at. Don't say because the child is probably 10 years old or 15 years old or 7 years old, the child already knows all this. No, you need to go back to the basics and test to know where the problem is. A child might not be able to, because the child is not able to blend 2-letter sounds. If a child cannot blend arts, if a child sees attempts as a word in a comprehension or in a passage, the child will not be able to know what arts means. So that's why we go back to the base. It's very important. Then when we do this now, blending has to do with the combining. Just like we said, at, cat, but at, bat. Then we can now start getting the rhyming words. Words that end with at. So that you do bat, you do cat, you do rat, you do mat, you do sat, and so on and so forth. Then we go to blending. Blending has to do with combining individual sounds to form words, which we've done in class. Then segmenting. Segmenting has to do with breaking words down into individual sounds. Just like you also say segment. So I have math now. I want to segment math. So I know that I'll be able to teach the child that is what gives me math. So it's in 3 different segments. Then we are able to teach them the long vowel and the short vowels. Once they're able to master the blending, the segmenting, we go to vowels. A, E, O, O. That's A, E, I, O, U. Now, once they are able to understand the vowels too, it helps when it comes to their blending. Then when we do this, we do digraphs. Digraphs are combination of 2 consonants. For example, now we have SH. SH will give us sh. We have BL. BL will give us bl. We have SN. SN will give us n, and n. If you look at all these words also, they are formation of the sound that they know. We have B, R, B, R. We'll give you B. We have S. Your S and P. S and P. Sp, sp. That will give you sp. So we teach digraphs also. All this helps the child when it comes to phonics mastery. So if a child is having issue, the child should go through all these things that I have mentioned to be able to understand what phonics mastery is. I hope I'm communicating. Please let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I need your response. Send me messages. Let me know we are together. Send me messages. Let me know we are together. Send me messages. If you have questions, send them in also. Or if I'm going too fast, let me know. I can always pause and find a way around it. Let me know. I'm still expecting our messages. Hello, can you hear me? Mrs. Obi, Mrs. Good God, Mrs. Funke Bakari, Mrs. Balakis, Mrs. Obi Jane, Mrs. Gloria Abraham. Let me know we are together. Mrs. Zuwaira, Mrs. Juliet. Let me know, send me messages. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So that's all about phonics mastery. So, and when we talk about phonics mastery, the child should be able to decode words. When if the child sees sat, the child should be able to decode that S sounds S, A sounds A, and T sounds T. If the child cannot decode, that is a problem. If the child cannot decode, now the child should be able to encode also, because it's to know how to break down words into sound. What encode has to do with the spelling of the words. Now, one mistake that we usually make is that we teach reading separate and spelling separate. No, it has to be taught together simultaneously. As you're teaching reading, you're also sharing spelling. As you're teaching reading, you're also sharing spelling. I hope I'm communicating. As you're teaching reading, you are also sharing spelling. As you're teaching reading, so decode has to do with breaking down words. Breaking down words, be able to blend together. While encode has to do with blending words. The child needs to be able to blend words together. Then what are the phonics rules? We have some phonics rules. For example, now, when you have two vowels together, that's your vowel digraph. For example, now OA. OA, when you have OA now, you're going to use the O, the first letter, as the pronunciation O. If you have I, like IE, now in pie, the IE, you know they are both vowels, right? The I is what the child is pronouncing. If you have E, you're using the alphabet in these settings now. That is a video that I did on this that has to do with that when two vowels go hand in hand, the second one we give room for the first one to talk, and we now use the first vowel to call both together. So when you have OA, you have O. When you have EE, you have E. When you have IE, you have high. When you have OU, you have OO, and so on and so forth. So all these are what we need to teach them. Now, reading fluently, once the child is able to decode, the child will be able to read fluently. Once the child is able to encode, the child will be able to read fluently. So all these are what we do when it comes to reading fluently. Then spelling accurately. I can tell you, once the child can decode very well, it's actually very easy to do all this. It's very, very easy to do all this. I hope I've been able to do justice to that. If not, please let me know before I move to sight word recognition. Before I move to sight word recognition, okay, so I'm done with phonics mastery. Now, if we want to talk about teaching all these things too, you know, children are children, and children are unique. Children are children, and they are unique. For even if you have twin, even if you have children that are twin, they don't learn the same way. We have different kind of learners when it comes to children, even as adults. Last week when my laptop issue, I was thinking of going to WhatsApp to do this training. But I know there will be people that would want to see me live before they can assimilate what I'm teaching. They want us to have like a live conversation like this. They want to see me, they want to hear me talk so they can gain confidence in what I'm teaching. That's why I choose not to do WhatsApp or any other app that I could have used last week. And I had to reschedule to this so that we can have this kind of conversation. Likewise, the children you have in your care. Some are visual learners. They love to see. They want to see you show them things like flashcards or charts. Like this, for example, whatever you're teaching. For example, now if I'm teaching this consonant blends now, this is boo. This is a consonant diagraph. If I'm teaching boo, the child wants to see pictures. For example, I had boo. This is a picture of a broom. As you can see, this is a picture of a broom, and it's giving the child an idea of what I'm showing. Boo as in broom, boo as in break, boo as in bread, and so on and so forth. Some, they want me to rhyme it for them, just like I'm talking. They want to say boo, we'll give you boo. They want to be able to associate it with something. While some are kinesthetic learners, they want to touch. Even when you say, this is ooh, this is ooh, you see that they say, auntie, bring it, let me see. They will talk to their teacher. They say, mommy, let me see. And when they are talking to you, they will say, mommy, I want to touch it. Let me see how it looks. They want a form of connection. So they want to have an idea of what you're showing them. They don't learn abstractly. No. They want to see a concrete evidence of what you're doing. So when you teach them abstractly, they don't understand. So when you're teaching them, it has to be in a fun and loving manner, in a playful manner. That's why we do songs. That's why we do images. That's why we do writing. That's why we do touching, irrespective of their age, whether age 2, whether age 3, whether age 4. So if you have a toddler around you, age 2, start with the sounds. Pick one, every week. If you do, for example, now for the children in the main school setting, if you do, we have 10 weeks, 10 academic calendar in the term. If you pick one sound for 10 weeks, that means you've done 10 sounds. Toujours. And by the end of the term, as a teacher, the child will already know at least minimum of 6 out of those 10 sounds that you've taught. So as a parent too, don't rush it. Teach one sound per week. I advise that strictly. Don't teach all the sounds together. And when you are teaching the sounds, make it in a playful manner. Make it in a joyful manner where it can be interactive. I usually advise, get a cardboard. You can get a cardboard and cut it out. Use your marker, get a permanent marker, write whatever you're teaching. They bring books from school. Look at some of the pictures they have there. Work with them on this. And before you know it, you will have them associating whatever you're teaching with what you're showing. Then another key point is that you practice regularly. Don't do today and skip 2 weeks, then come back again. No, the child will not learn. Those are some of the things that affect us when we are teaching children. Let's be consistent. Let's do it regularly, even if it has to do with I'm trying to see what is happening. Okay. Let me check, okay? Let me check, because somebody just sent me a message. I'm trying to see what's happening. Some people are still saying they are unable to join. What's happening? Some people are saying they are unable to join. What could be happening? Okay. I'm trying to see what the problem is. Some people are saying they are unable to join. Let me check something out. Hold on, let me check what's happening. How did I get here? What happened? Okay, I'm trying to see those that are having issues with joining. I'm trying to see what the problem is, but I don't know. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't join. I don't see any reason why they can't join, because we are live. So I don't know. Probably it's a network from their end. Okay, so let's continue. So reading fundamentals. So we are done with phonics mastery, and I just shared on how you can make that class interactive, how you can make working with a child interactive. That's what I have just shared. That's what I've just shared. Now let's look at, okay, I've shared on utilizing resources. And I also have here the patient and positive. That is, you all agree with me that when it comes to teaching children, you have to be extraordinarily patient. If your patient level, your patience level is on 100, when it has to do with children, you have to take it to like 200, because you need to exercise patience with them. Just like we have those that are struggling, it can be very frustrating. You need to keep repeating yourself. Let me share an example with you. There was a time in my school, we had a child that was brought from the village. As at then, he was 6 years old, and he does not even know how to read his ABC, A to Z, not even sounds. So we started from sounds before we moved to the alphabet names, before we started doing two-letter sounds, the CVC words, consonant, vowel, consonant words, and so on. And in less than a term, he could read. Now moved him to his normal class. Imagine if we had said because he was 7 years old, we took him to like grade 2. He's going to struggle in that class and not to even know what to read. So if you have any struggling learner, go back to the basics. When you go back to the basics, this will help you know where the problem is. Then we can now tackle. So I've talked about phonics mastery now. The child must be able to know the sounds A to Z. The child must be able to blend. If a child knows A to Z, there are so many two-letter sounds from A to Z: has, an, at, if, in, it, and so on and so forth. The child should be able to blend three-letter words. That's the CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant word. Now that is the cat, cat, at. Your C is consonant, your A is vowel, and your T is consonant. That's what we mean by consonant, vowel, consonant words. The child was able to blend. So if the child is able to blend all this, that is the basis of reading. We now move to step 2, sight word recognition. And when we talk about sight words are words that can be sounded. For example, H-E, E. If you say ah, if you say and is giving you another sound. You have S-H-E. You can't say s, ah, s, eh. You can see that it's giving us another sound. They have to know this. We have words like T-H-I-S, this. We have T-H-A-T, that. We have T-H-I-S, this. So all these are sight. So these sight words are words they need to know. Memorizing it, using playway method, they can't be sounded. So if they know spellings like T-H-I-S, this now, they can join this to form sentences with their CVC word. For example, now, this is a cat. This is a boy. You know, they already know boy or as boy, CVC words. That's why you see that children at that tender age, they are able to read. They are able to read because they've known their sight words. So what I advise to do as a child that is just starting, teach this, that. The child already knows it in their two-letter blends. The child always know it. So when you have this, the child can start reading. That's why when you look at all these Queen Primer Volume 1, when you see the words you have there, you see I go up I go. E is up. Can you go up? The child already knows that an is can. Are you getting it now? So this way the child is able to know what to do and what to read. So if the child already understands the phonics mastery and the child understands sight word, it's a piece of cake. Then you can now move to step 3. Step 3 has to do with fluency. With as long as the child is able to read and doing things, fluency will come in place. But if the child does not understand the phonics, does not understand the sight words, fluency will not be possible. It is what I know that I can read. What I don't know, I can't read. So all these are what we need to put in check. So the first step that I shared was phonics mastery. The second step is sight word recognition. And the third step is fluency mastery. So let's go to the next one. Now, I've talked about this. Step 1, phonics mastery, working on blending and decoding skills. Let's see what else do we have there. Okay, do we have any question? You can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic if you want to ask question before we move on. You can unmute your mic. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Any question? If there is no question, should I move on? Should I move on? If there is no question, should I move on? I'm waiting for feedback from us. Question time. Okay, I've talked about sight words. Now, helping your child memorize common high frequency words. Sight words are also called high frequency words. They can't be sounded. You can see that it's there, memorized. They need to learn it. They need to learn it. They need to learn it. So here we have step 3, fluency. Have your child read aloud daily with focus on pace. So when we are talking about fluency, we talk about pace, we talk about expression, and we talk about accuracy. These are things we do under fluency. Okay, now I'm going to the second part of the formula. The first part is what I've just shared. You know, I said if you want to do this, we need to know this, read, and I've talked about the how part, fundamentals, the reading fundamentals. So I'm going to go to the id part, read. I'm going to go to this part. I'm going to go to this part. To respond to some questions here. Okay, so let's move to these. I'm done with this. Let's go to the EAT part. The EAD part has to do with comprehension strategies. And now let's move to step 1, pre-reading activities. Pre-reading activities. Pre-reading activities. It is important that we know these other parts too. Step 1 has to do with pre-reading activities. Step 2, active reading techniques. And step 3, post-reading techniques. So let's go to the formula. Now, I want you to stay with me to the end and let's see how we can make this happen. Let's see how we can make this happen. Before I start introducing other activities that I have here with us. So let's go to pre-reading practice. When we talk about pre-reading practice, what do we mean? Pre-reading practice has to do with activities we need to do to help children to read. Activities we have to do to help children to read. Now, let me share an example. If I want to teach a child how to read this book, as you can see this book with me now, if I want to teach a child how to read this now, what I will do is to show the child the front page of a book. Now, let's say the child's name I'm working with is Tom. Tom, what am I holding? Tom will respond. Now, what can you see at the front of the book? Tom will answer. You know children the way they are. So what I do is to open the pages of a book and show the child one after the other. Now, without the child being able to read, we can always know what this storybook is talking about. I keep opening and I ask Tom, okay, what can you see in the picture? Tom will tell me. I will open again. I will open again. I will open again. Now, without being able to read, I have shown Tom some of the things that can be in this book. And this way, Tom will have an idea, even without reading, what is happening in this book. I'm coming. Okay. So all these are what we do in pre-reading activities. Pre-reading activity is like a prior activity that you do to make the child, to familiarize the child when it comes to it. And that is the picture work. I call this the picture work. Picture work has to do with moving the child through the book you're reading. If a child does not love the book, there is probability that the child won't learn anything from the book. That's why I always advise, if it is at the beginning for toddlers, get large picture reading books like this. Don't get a book that has plenty words and small picture. No, have large pictures. When you have large pictures, you will be able to, the child will be able to tell you what is happening. That's why we always advise, have large pictures. Another thing I have here is ask question. That, okay, Tom, what can you see here? What do you think is happening? Tom will tell you, I can see maybe a doll, or I can see a girl holding a doll. I can see a girl holding a doll, and so on and so forth. Tom will be able to tell you what is happening. So all these are examples of pre-reading activities. Then I can use a WH words. Who is this? What are you seeing? Where is this? So when the question where has to do with telling the child maybe the venue or the location of what is happening in the storybook. Who is this? We answer the question of the person the child is seeing. Then what, where, why. For example, now let me look at the picture here and see if I can code anything out of it. If I have them, okay, look at this now. Now this picture now is showing a girl that is very excited and happy. Can we see this? I'm trying to, okay, let me move this way. Okay, yes. Now look at the girl in the picture. She is running and opening her arms wide. It shows she is running to go and meet somebody, probably her mommy or something. She's excited. Now look at this now. This particular one now is hugging a teddy bear. So I can ask, why is she running? The child will give you different stories. Maybe she's going to go and see her mom, she's going to go and do this, she's going to go and do that. So many things. So that's why we use the WH questions. The WH, where, why, what, who, where, So all these are probing questions to answer the questions in the storybook. So those are examples of reading activities. Number 2, active reading techniques. So when we talk about active reading techniques, it has to do with asking questions, brainstorming. That, okay, why do you think she's running? Where do you think she's going to? Where else can you see this? Pertaining to the story you're reading, all these help the child to know what to do. But when you don't do this, you just give the child book and say, oh yeah, start reading. There will be issues, and we don't want that. And for every reading challenges that we have in the classroom, there is a gap somewhere that needs to be filled. And even though if you keep trying with the child and the child is still not getting it, please don't give up. Keep repeating yourself. Keep doing it. This brain is like something, it's just absorbing information for babies, for preschoolers. It's absorbing information. Whatever you keep dishing out, the child keeps absorbing it. At the point in time, the child will dish it out back to you. So we don't stop. When we stop, there'll be issues. We don't stop. So we really need to get to know all these things. It's very, very important that giving up is not an option. We keep doing it. We keep getting better. So we look at asking open-ended questions. That's step number 2, active reading techniques. What are open-ended questions? That's where you use your WH questions again. Where is this? What is happening? What do you think we can do in this scenario? This will also help. Then we can use another active reading technique, word walls. When we talk about word walls, it's just like you are having, like, let me see what we have. Let me see what I have here. Okay. For example, now, this is a cardboard. Now, on this cardboard, whatever word I'm teaching, I can write it on the cardboard. and paste it on the wall, just like I have here. So each time the child goes in and around the house, the child is seeing the chart. The child is seeing the chart, and as the child is seeing the chart, the child is actually reading and getting used to what the child is. So you can imagine giving the child like 10 words, or let's just say five words every week, 5 words every week. That means at the end of the month, you've done 20 different words. At least minimum, the child will know 10. No matter how bad the child is, the child will know at least 10 out of those 10. So if you keep doing this over a period of time, these are the same words the child is going to see in the class. So you've been able to help that child to an extent. And for teachers, that's why we always advocate for an indoor environment, an engaging indoor environment where you have charts, have different things that you talk about decorations alone. No, it is another thing to decorate your class and make the class very beautiful. It's another thing to have instructional materials. That's why it's called instructional materials in the classroom. So it's very, very important. Then here I also have predicting. Predicting has to do with the child telling you what next is going to happen. For example, now I have a storybook where, let me see what can happen here. Okay, I have a child now, like I have in this picture of this girl running now. And I've been telling her to stop running. I can ask my child the question that, what do you think will happen if she does not stop running? They will tell you she will fall down, or she will tell you she will do this. And when you fall down, what happens? I will cry. That is predicting what is going to happen next. I love this predicting method very well because it makes the child also think. It shows that the child also is reasoning things out. You're not the only one giving the child answers. That, okay, what do you think will happen to Tom? Okay, or maybe Tom's mommy went to the bookstore to buy books, or went to the supermarket and bought lots of ice cream and candies for Tom. When Tom's mommy gets it, what do you think will happen? Tom will actually be very happy. The child will respond. So this way, the child is also predicting what is going to happen next. This way, you're asking a question and the child is responding. So you can ask, so what do you think will happen again? Okay, it's about to rain. The sky is cloudy. Okay, so what do you think will happen? So if it's about to rain and you want to go out, what do you need to get? An umbrella or a raincoat. If you're feeling cold, what do you need to do? I wear my cardigan or I drink tea. You're probing the child. Now, this is for the older ones to an extent, at least age, those that can communicate. As long as your child can talk, your child can answer questions. And you'll be very shocked at the answers you get. It might sound funny, but you'll definitely get answers. So it's very, very important. So let me go to what are the strategies that we can use for this step 2. What are the strategies for active reading? I have here engaging with the text to improve comprehension and retention. Now, all this is that we have done is engaging with the text, talking, answering questions, predicting what can happen next. So all these are very, very important. And now let me go to step 3, post-reading discussion. Now, when you do this, it helps to solidify whatever you're teaching the child. Now, this is where you have the comprehension questions coming in. If the child do not understand step 1 and step 2 properly, the child will struggle with step 3. The child will struggle with step 3. Please, if you can't hear me, move around your vicinity. It might be network. Here, my network is showing 100% okay. So if you can't hear me or if you can't see me, unmute your video. That there is this thing that looks like a camera. You can click on it. It will show your face. It will show your face. So it will show your face. It will show your face. Somebody is still saying they can't join. Let me see what I can do to help this person. Because I know it can be very frustrating. Somebody said I was in earlier and it's bringing me out again. Why is that happening? Wow. This can be very painful, and I'm trying to find a way around it. Though it happens, but I will see what will happen. So let's look at post-reading discussions. Post-reading discussion has to do with what you do. So let me see. Let me send again. Okay, try. Those that are trying to, they should please try again. You should be able to come in now. I don't know what's happening. Okay, we are live. So post-reading discussions has to do with asking questions of what you have read in the book. If it is for preschoolers, just ask maybe 2 or 3 questions and we are good to go. Before you know it, they will answer you. They will answer you. So that is that. So I've talked about pre-reading activities. I've talked about act reading techniques, and I've talked about post-reading discussion. That is where you ask. That is where you ask the question of what you're doing. So now, the second part of the formula now is what we have done. 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 Pre-reading activities, active reading techniques, post-reading discussion. So if you have any questions, please send it in. So now that you know the first and second part of the formula, it is now important for you to know the other parts of the formula, because there are so many things that it entails. And I've had people in the group telling me that, how do I do this? I can't do this all alone. This and that. What can you do to help? So that is what I'm trying to share here. That is what I'm trying to share here. Okay. I'm trying to see what we can do to help those that are trying to get in. This is not what is happening. Okay. I guess it will be figured out. So let's continue. Okay. Now I want to believe you agree with me that this does not happen overnight. No. Like I said, it's a gradual process. So for those that are for those that have asked about the mastery program for children, now this is it now. I have a 6 weeks program that is coming up that I want to introduce you to for the children. Now, this will be me working one-on-one with your child in case this is not something you can do. But if this is what you can do, there are other things that you can benefit from these slides too. And it's the ebooks that you can use, the worksheets that you can use to teach your child. Then at least the child will have access to me. It is designed for children of all ages. And we'll do this for 6 good weeks. There are fun lessons that we do. They are daily practice, which will allow your children to develop confidence to read, write, and spell it with ease. Now, who is this for? It is for moms who can spare 10 to 15 minutes a day to help their kids learn. Like I told you, please, you need to put in the work. I can't do it alone. You need to put in the work. 10 to 15 minutes every day to help your child learn. Even if it is the child, if the child is not yet 3 years old, as long as the child can talk, 2 years or 2.5 years of what, I've seen children that can do this very well. And if you have older children that are struggling with reading and spelling and writing, then if you have a child that is always struggling with the homework, this program is for you. You need to sign up. It is also for teachers who want to enhance their teaching skills and be better literacy tutors, and for teachers who also want to learn how to teach other people how to read well, or as a student who is struggling academically due to poor reading abilities. Now, who is this for again? I have mentioned 2 sets of people, about 5 sets of people for moms who can spare 10 to 15 minutes of their day with the child. That means when the child comes back from school, sit the child down, maybe even when the child is done with the food and all that, let's quickly do something. And as the child is doing this, the child is getting better. So it's a e-learning platform and it is self-paced. Anytime you're ready, what you do is just to log on to the video. They are short videos. I intentionally didn't make it long. They are short videos. And this space, there'll be practical way of me. You will see me in the video showing how to teach, how to read, how to spell, and how to write with short and engaging lessons. This is very, very important. You will also learn the secret of how to make your child become a lover of books. I had access to book when I was very young, and it has helped me to become a better person. So this is also important for you. If you want that for your child, sign up for this program. Now, your child will not only learn how to read in this academy, it will also allow your child to learn the secrets of spelling correctly and writing legibly. Number 5, you also get access to my unlimited free books. I mentioned this earlier on. I have ebooks, I have colorful printed worksheets that they can use. You just need to print it out, and there are some you just answer the questions while on the phone or on the tab, as easy as ABC. Then you also have the opportunity to connect and be part of great like minds. I've been doing this since 2017, 2018. Reading webinar has been my thing. It's been a while. I've been doing this for a very long time. So you're not in the wrong place. This is getting better. If you are interested, let me you take action at the end of this webinar. Now, it doesn't stop it. There is more. Let's see, what do we have more. I will also stand as your accountability partner who will motivate and keep you on your toes, seeing that you can carry these daily tasks every day. I will share guidelines of what you need to do daily. What you need to do daily, I will share it with you. It's very important. And I will also give you 1 year to my learning platform. That means for good 1 year, you're going to keep seeing all these worksheets, all these videos that we'll do. It's very, very important for those that want to sign in. So what else do I have here? Okay, the entry fee. Normally, I charge 100,000 per month to train. Then I've done this 40,000 naira that you're seeing on the screen. I have also done this, but for the sake of this course, we'll have a special offer. Special offer that when you pay in, you have access to all these things that I have mentioned. As you can see, these are receipts. As you can see of what I've done. If in fact, this is even recent. This was on the 23rd of October. This was last month. And by the 23rd or 24th of this month, I'm going to receive another 100,000 for teaching a child to read. Now look at this. This is another one in May. There are so many testimonials from parents. Now, for the cost of those that are in this training, fast action takers, I will be willing to take 30 people that can come in this as a teacher, as a parent, as a teacher with your child. You can just enroll with 10,000 naira only. Action takers in this program with 10,000 naira only. We get to start. You have access to all these that I will be showing you. Then I also have ebooks. Ebooks. Now look at all the things you're getting. My best-selling ebook, Teach to Read. It is valued at 30,000 naira. You have the lifetime free membership in my inner circle. That's 15,000 naira. You have free access to 30-day reading value challenge, which is my 30 days reading program that is valued at 10,000 naira. You also have personal access to me, and this is just priceless. We keep talking. I keep sharing video. I keep sharing content with you. Very, very important. And it's just for 10,000 naira. Now, these are all the books you have access to. My books of phonics, CVC workbooks. I mentioned it. So, now what I have done in this e-learning platform is to give you a resource guide, give you books that you're going to use. That's what I've done. Give you books that you're going to use. Now, here, I have my books of phonics. It has 1,000 words. My CVC workbooks, my consonant blend workbook, my sight word workbooks. These are things you'll be getting in this webinar, all for 10,000 naira. All for 10,000 naira, okay? So that's your action. Take action. Now, the total value of what you're getting is what you're seeing here. The Reading Academy is 20,000 on its own. The best-selling Teach to Read is 3,000 naira for one. Phonics, 3,000 naira. CVC work with 3,000 naira. Sight words 3,000 naira. Consonant blend textbook 3,000 naira. But I'm going to be giving you this at just 10,000 naira. It is priceless. You will get free access to this for just 10,000. Look, I've cancelled everything. So for those that want to sign in, just let me know. Now, what will you get at the end of this course? What are you going to get at the end of this course? By the time you go through this course, your child will be able to read books, spell and write confidently, even when they are struggling to do so now. You know, we are on a journey, and I'll show you what to do, and I'll show you what I can do with your child. It will also help you to bond better with your child. We are reading that if you're talking with your child, it helps you to bond. And it gives you a true picture of your child's academic struggle and how you can help. And it will also allow you to become a confident reader, that the child will become a confident reader and writer. And this way, the child will be able to stand out among his or her peer. And that is our goal. Just like I mentioned at the beginning of a training, that this will help your child. Now, these are testimonials from trainings that I have done. These are testimonials, and these are examples of some of the worksheets they use. As you can see, they are very colorful. These are testimonials of what I have, of parents in my online academy. So if you want to sign up, you're signing up for just 10,000 naira, and you have access to all these. So for my fast, you're going to get all this for 10,000 naira, and you're going to use the same account that you paid this 1,000 naira in to grab all these offer that you are all seeing, to grab all these offer. So I'm waiting for your question. Type your question in, and let's get what to do. Type your question in and let's see. So these are my past results with other children, with other parents. These are what you will. So what will this reading course do for you? Let me go back to this. By going through this course, your child will be able to read books confidently, even if they are struggling to do so now. Number two, it will help you bond better with your child and give you a true picture of your child's academic inadequacy. Let me help you to help your child. Number three, if your child becomes a confident reader, and this will make your child stand out among his or her peers, which ultimately affects your child's academic performance. So what are you waiting for? Once you've sent your money, send a screenshot to me as usual. So which one do you want? Look at this child, the children here. 75% of Nigerian children can't read, solve mathematics. It's not me that said so, it's UNICEF. I'm not the one. Look at it. UNICEF said this. And 97% of 75%, I mean, can't really read or solve mathematics. And we don't want our children to be among this. So question time. I'd like to take our questions. I'd like to take our questions. Please send your questions and let's see. Yes, I can do that. A grade 4 child, yes. Yes, I can help a child struggling at age 4. Yes, it's very, very important. I will share testimonials of my work. I'll share slides of what I do with children with you. I'll share it in the group so that we can see. So that if this will give you more confidence into signing up for the program, I bet it will do. It's not a waste of money. You get value for your money. And you see that reading it's very, very easy. Mrs. Elizabeth Samuel, do you have anything to say? Can one pay by month end? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Just send me a message. Send me a message so that I can note it down. Send me a message. And let's see. I've noted that. Mrs. Juliet, I've noted that. If you have children in older classes, let me know. Let me see. Let me assess them. In fact, for those in this program, I can even do a free call for you. Let me do a one-on-one conference call with a child so that I can tell you what the problem is. Then we'll move ahead. I can do that. I can do that to help you, to help your child. I can do that. Yes, questions? What else do you have to say? What else do you have to say? What else? I'm waiting. Yes. Yes, what else again? Okay, no problem, no problem, no problem. You're good to go, no problem. No problem. You can sign in, no problem. Yes. Yes. Any other question? If not, that's the end of our training for today. If no other questions, that'll be all for today. I hope I've been able to share one or two things that can help. Whether you are signing up for the program or not, we have a good. Wow, what happened? Are you just joining? Mrs. Khadija, we'll find a way around it then. Okay, okay, no problem. I'll know what to do in the group. I'll know what to do in the group. Some people have chatted me up to that they are not able to make it, that they are busy somewhere else. I'll find a way. I'll find a way around it. I'll find a way around it. Send me a message for the reminder for payments. Just send me a message to send me a message now on WhatsApp so that I note you down. Send me a message now. Send me a message now on WhatsApp. So when you send me a message, I would be able to. Then I'll keep sending reminders into the group also, so that you can make payments. So who again? Okay, so there is a special webinar for children coming up. Let me share the screen. Now this is it, course for children, a reading course for children. That's what we are talking about. It is where I'll be teaching the children one-on-one how to read using my ebooks, workbooks, and a whole lot of other things. Are you getting it now? So that's the payment we're talking about. Don't worry, I will run this through again in the training. I mean, in the group. Let's see how it goes. Any other question? Any other question? It's 10,000 naira. It's for children. It's 10,000 naira. And these are things you'll be benefiting from the training. My books of phonics pattern, CVC workbooks, consonant bend workbooks, sight words. Now, these are the action takers. Yes, this. All this personal access to me. We are going on a 30-day reading challenge for children. These are the things they are going to benefit. These are all the things you're going to benefit from the training. These are the things they are going to benefit from the training. So we have the life mentorship is 20,000, but all these are what you're going to get. The total value of all the things I've shared is 83,000 naira. And the regular price that I used to do 20K, but because of this, and because I had so many people reaching out, especially for children in upper classes. I have a lot of children in age 3, 4, 5. So it's a self-paced course. It's not a group thing. I'll do one-on-one. It's a one-on-one thing. It's not a group course. It's a one-on-one thing for effectiveness, because each challenge with the children, they are different. So it's a one-on-one thing with the children. And if as a teacher too, or as a parent, you want to know more, it's going to be a one-on-one thing. It's not a group thing like this. No, I'll be doing one-on-one with you or with the child. So what else? So if there is no more question, that is the end of the class. For those that started at the beginning, you can log out. Thank you very much. Then every other question, send to the group. Let's talk. Let's chat. And let me answer your question. I will open the group. We'll send voice notes. Are you getting it now so we can communicate? Any other question? Thank you, Mrs. Juliet. Thank you. I hope you got value. I want feedback. Send me your feedback. I want feedback. Mrs. Elizabeth, I hope I've been able to answer your question. Mrs. Elizabeth Samuel, I need your response, ma'am. Okay, that's one thing about all this network glitch. Okay, it was not stable. Wow, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Short video for me. Do short video. So are you getting it now? So who else? What else do you have to say? Question? Okay. So thank you, Mrs. Juliet. Yes, who else again? Who else again? So all these are what you'll be getting in the reading mastery program. So the children, I'll be doing one-on-one with the children. It's a 6 weeks program. And I'll be giving the children workbook, different resource materials that they are going to use. Then there'll be life mentorship, a year mentorship. I follow through whatever they are doing. So that's the plan. So what you just need to do is just sign up and make payments into the accounts that you have over there. It's strictly reading, yes. It's not a group course. No, it's not group, it's one-on-one. It's one-on-one. Yes, it's one-on-one. So I've shared some of the strategies here, how to teach to read and all that. I've shared some of the strategies. I break it down. So I'll be using videos, I'll be using different worksheets, I'll be using different reading textbooks. I have some textbooks that I made specifically for this purpose. So once it is one-on-one, I'm able to talk to the child one-on-one and actually tailor the child needs. So I'm able to provide solutions, whatever the child's problem is. So that's the essence of this. So I hope I've been able to answer your question. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yes, any question again? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay. If that's okay, thank you for your time. You can sign out. See you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye for now. Okay. Bye-bye.